The latest now on the mine rescue in eastern China. 4 miners were rescued on Friday after 36 days trapped in a collapsed gypsum mine in Shandong province. They're still recovering in hospital, and doctors say they're in stable physical and mental condition. One of the miners spoke to the media for the first time about what that month underground was like. CCTV's Han Peng reports from the hospital in Shandong.
A long-awaited relief. After 36 days trapped underground in the mine and over 40 hours in the hospital's intensive care unit, the 4 survivors have been transferred to regular rooms. It was an emotional reunion with their families who haven't seen them since the mine collapsed, and then a brief conversation with the media. 39-year-old Hua Mingxi recalls the horror of the first 5 days being trapped underground.
It
was all dark and silent. We lay there and the silence became horrific. Luckily, we had brought some steamed bread and could drink the dirty water left on the ground. Then our mobile phones ran out of electricity one by one, and we realized that this might not last long.
That lasted for 5 days before rescuers set down an infrared camera which captured images of one trapped miner.
We heard the noise of drilling, so I said, "Listen, someone is coming to rescue us." We all ran toward the noise. Then we saw a camera and a loudspeaker coming down. It shouts, "We are the rescue team of Chinese armed police. We come to your rescue. Please keep calm."
But it took another 31 days for rescuers to drill a hole that would eventually be used to lift them above ground to safety. The drilling was hampered by complex geological conditions. The miners survived on a daily supply of food, water, and medicine, set down through a narrow shaft. Hua said there was time he didn't hear any sound of drilling for over a week, but he says 2 things sustained his faith.
I knew that the government would never abandon us, and I was kept told so through the phone sent down by the rescuers. Sometimes I burst into tears under the mine when I thought of my elderly mother, wife, and 2 little daughters. I told myself I must be alive, because I still have unfinished responsibility for them.
On the evening of January the 29th, the 4 miners were finally rescued, one after another through the drill hole. Hua Mingxi was the last person to be rescued. He says the 4 decided the sequence by drawing lots.
I told them, "Don't worry, I have no fear. You go first. If I die here, it's my destiny. But before that, I can help you tie your belts. I'm younger, and I can take care of myself."
During the final rescue, Hua's wife and children were watching the live broadcast on TV.
I waited and waited. The first person to be lifted was not him. The second was not either. Then the third one was still not him. Finally, when he was lifted, I saw his face was dark and dirty, and I worried so much about him.
A noticeable detail of Hua's rescue was that he opened his eyes right after being pulled out, despite the doctor's repeated advice of keeping his eyes shut.
I thought it's not a big deal. My eyes were okay, and I wanted to see the people who rescued me. I wanted to thank them.
Despite stable physical and mental conditions, doctors continue to conduct one-on-one psychological counseling for the 4 miners. The hospital says that if everything goes right, the 4 are likely to be discharged soon and be reunited with their families by Spring Festival. Han Peng, CCTV, Pingyi, Shandong Province.